Hi guys, good evening. I hope that everyone had a really good day. Not so much for the market, but that's anyways how it goes. And anyways, just let me know your thoughts about the market for the next few weeks in the comment section. I'm really interested to know what you guys think. So make sure to post those thoughts on the comment section as well. And most importantly, obviously make sure to watch the entire video and also post your thoughts on the video as well. So today we'll be looking at John Keells Holdings and LDEV. So I've done a video on JKH before as well, but I wanted to do a recap on it because I feel like this is a stock that has really good potential over the next run that we are going to have on the market. Now, obviously, you're going to ask me where the market bottom is. I have no idea. I have done a video on it. I've posted my thoughts, and I've also posted on Twitter as well. I do an updated chart on the all share price index, but as of now, obviously the rule is obviously not to go around picking bottoms because no one really knows where the exact bottom is. So best thing is to obviously watch the market. Don't panic around because obviously whatever goes up too fast will obviously correct at the same pace and sometimes even quicker. So that's what we are seeing as of now. I see no reason to be bearish in the market at all. We are just, as of now, we are just seeing just a general correction in the market of an overall bull market. Right, so let's start off with JKH. Now JKH, unlike the market, has been holding pretty well so far. So as of now on the daily chart, we obviously have retraced from its prior highs, which was roughly around 167.5. So we are roughly at around 158. But in terms of the percentage retracement, or the amount of gains lost on the stock, it hasn't been much relative to the market. So relatively JKH is doing pretty well. So overall, the key support level is obviously going to be around this 155 to 158 level. So for me, I think this is a good accumulation zone for the buyers to come in. If you look at the overall volume as well, you can see that overall volume has been trending lower. We have had some good buying pressures alongside this downtrend, but overall the selling pressure has been very low. So that is obviously a good sign. But that being said, we are not yet sure exactly how well this support level is going to hold. But overall, I believe that this 155 to 158 level should provide some good amount of support for the buyers. So let's just add on the moving averages over here. I think I have the 50, yeah, above the 200 day, I think. Let me add that as well. So the 2050 is well aligned, and then we should be above the 200-day moving average as well. Okay, so the 20 and the 50 is obviously showing that we are in an overall bull market on the short term and the medium term. We are above the 200-day moving average, but as of now the moving average is flat. So the long-term trend is still not exactly favoring upside. We need to see the slope of this moving average start to slope and point upwards alongside this overall trend, which will happen obviously provided that we can bounce off this 155 level and start moving higher. I expect the 200-day moving average to obviously start turning higher as well. So in that sense, we can expect some strong momentum on JKH once that starts happening. So as of now, that's about it on the daily chart. Let's quickly jump into the weekly. So weekly gives you a bit more of a filtered picture of the daily chart. So what we can see here is we can see multiple patterns. So the first time I highlighted JKH was over here right before the breakout. So we had this bullish broadening wedge over here, which we saw broke out, and then we saw prices retest the support level and bounce back off it. So we have seen multiple times where prices have bounced back off this level, which was where buyers decided to accumulate the share furthermore. And then we also have a support level roughly around here, which we looked at the daily chart, which is roughly around 155 to 158. So if we get rid of all of these lines over here, we also see another formation which looks like an ascending triangle. So we have a confirmation line over here, and then we obviously have upward sloping trend line, which is over here. So what we are seeing as of now is we saw this heavy volume breakout over here. We saw volume coming in, but now we are seeing obviously a throwback towards support level around this 155 to 158 level. So what you want to see JKH do this week is obviously close above this 158 level ideally. So roughly around close around 160 would do for JKH for this week. So that would show that obviously prices are finding support. And then thereafter, what we can expect is possibly for JKH to start moving higher from next week onwards and break through this 167.5 ish level, and then possibly retest the January highs over here. So still a lot more work to be done, but overall it looks like a typical formation that we saw here as well. We saw a breakout, a retracement, and then we saw a bit of consolidation. We saw another breakout. So here as well we can expect possibly something very similar. That being said, there's no guarantee that it will work out, but overall as of now, if you look at historically and theoretically, we should be finding support around this 155 to 158 level. So yeah, so that's about it on the weekly chart. What I wanted to highlight more importantly is on the monthly chart. So I don't know how many of you realize this formation, but JKH has been consolidating since around this 2011 high of 230 rupees since 2010. So since pretty much for the past 11 years, JKH has been consolidating. Now I don't know how many of you would have seen this pattern, but if you looked at it more closely, we see a clear parallel formation over here on the chart. So you can clearly see that throughout time across the past 11 years, JKH has been trading inside this parallel formation. Now if you have watched a lot of my previous videos, I've always emphasized on finding patterns and stocks that has been consolidating for a long period of time. What usually happens is when you see a very large base form, probably 5 years, 3 years, or even 10 years, the larger, the more stronger the move will be over the short term. So if we are to see a breakout in JKH, say that we do see a breakout above this parallel channel. So assuming that we have a breakout probably say mid of this year, and we need to break through this 180 level. So if we do see a confirmed breakout above 180, what we're likely to see is a very strong impulsive move over the short to medium term. So what we're not going to see is, obviously if we see a breakup, we're not going to see prices take 10 more years to go for the price target. What we have always seen is through a very tight consolidation phase, you have a very impulsive move higher over a very shorter time period. So that's what we can expect over JKH as well if we do see a confirmed breakout. Now if you look at a price target, obviously what we are going to do is we are going to find the height of the channel, and then we're going to add it to possible breakout level. So assuming that the height is roughly, I'd just say that's around 200 over here, and then the lowest point over here is around 94, so that's around 105 points. So assuming that we have a breakout around 180, then we are looking at roughly for JKH to move towards this 185 190 level over the short term, short to medium term. So unlikely to go over the short term, but over the medium term we are likely to see a move towards this 180 to 185 level. So again, like I've always mentioned, we do not have confirmation, we do not have a breakout until we have confirmation. And how we get confirmation is obviously through a break and close above a certain formation, and also as long as we have volume to justify the move. So as of now, what we need to see is record volumes, ideally such as these volume spikes over here where we have had around 46 million traded in a month. So if we have some sort of volume like that coming on this breakout, and we see a successful close above this upper trend line, then most likely we are likely to see a very strong move on JKH after that happens. So overall, that is what I wanted to highlight on JKH. I don't think I highlighted this in my previous video, but if I have, then obviously I will make sure to link it below. But as of now, this is exactly what you're trying to look at. One more thing also, we have a possible partial decline over here. So why we call it a partial decline is usually what happens is whenever prices test the resistance level and does not come all the way down towards the next line, but only partially drops. So that's why we call it a partial decline. So whenever you see a partial decline, what you can expect is possibly for prices to break out without moving below this low over here. So this low is roughly around 129. So what we can expect is, if this is a partial decline, we can expect prices to break out without breaking below this 129-ish level. So that being said, again, we need to have confirmation. So until that happens, there's obviously no validity of this pattern. So that's about it on JKH. If you have any questions, you can obviously comment below, or you can tag me on Twitter and you can ask the questions. So that's about it on JKH. And finally, let's move into LDEV. So I want to do SCAP today, but a lot of people requested this, so let's might as well look into this since we have not looked at this stock. So okay, so LDEV is doing pretty good on the daily chart. So what we are seeing is we'll add the 20, 50 and the 200-day moving average. So we have the 20 above the 50 and the 50 above the 200 days. So we are having an overall uptrend, and in terms of volume, we have seen some heavy accumulation over the past since around November of last year. We have seen some heavy accumulation on LDEV. So obviously this move is justified looking at how much accumulation has happened over the past few months. Now obviously today was a bit of a huge sell-off, which is why you're seeing this strong downside move. But also another reason is obviously because prices have gone up pretty much 100% over the past 3 to 4 sessions. So two reasons: one, it was overextended, and secondly, obviously the market also became a catalyst for this pullback. So however, what's important to notice is that we are having this pullback on lower volume. We can see increasing volume on the breakout over here, and what you now want to see is if prices are to possibly test this support level, which is roughly around 830. So if you are to see a further throwback towards 830 tomorrow, what you want to see is even lower selling pressure tomorrow as well. So that's what I'll be watching for on the daily chart. Now if you want to move into the monthly chart, I think it gives you a better view. So the monthly obviously shows a nice rounded base over here. We can see a possible double bottom as well over here. So normally what usually happens is the right bottom usually falls below the left. Usually it's always right which is below the left, but as of now what we are seeing is right is above the left. But regardless, if you want to take a price target from the double bottom, that will roughly be from this point over here, which is the highest point at 650, and you take the corresponding low, which is around 220. So you get 430 from there, and then you get a price target of around 1080, which was reached obviously I think 2 days back, or I think yesterday. So whenever it was reached a few days back. So that price target is obviously gone as of now. Now in terms of a support level, what's important to notice is that we have support around this range over here. So what you can see is that this one has had a tendency to find support and resistance around this range over here. So you can see it happen over here. You can see it happen on these 2 months over here on 2005, on October of 2005, and then again on March of 2006 we saw that happen, and then again we saw it happen over here on September of 2010, and then again this we saw this impulsive move, and then we saw prices find support for a while around this level, which was in 2011, and then again we saw resistance across around three months between October of 2017 and February of 2018. So obviously across the past 16 years, this 860 to 9-ish level, so that 40 cents area has been a very key level for the buyers to hold. So we have seen this support level as well, but most importantly this resistance and support level has been flipping around for the past 16 years. So it has been a support level for the buyers, but at the same time, once it was broken, it has been a resistance level for the sellers to make sure the buyers don't breach above that level. So it has, as of now, we cannot say that this is exactly support, but what we have seen is this is a very key level of level for both the buyers and sellers alike. So as of now, we saw this strong move above this resistance level. We closed above it last week or last month at 980, and also we had volume to justify the move. So we had very strong volume, and also we had a close above this resistance level. So that itself justifies the breakout, but as of now we need to see a follow through. And for now, I would happily take anything where prices probably close around this 1020, probably this 1020, anything above 10, anything close above 10 rupees on February, end of February, I'll take it, and most likely that might be a signal that we might see further upside over the coming few months. But as of now, what we're seeing is obviously prices are testing this level, so I wouldn't be buying as of now because we are looking for a monthly close. So the monthly confirmation comes at the end of this month, which is that we have a long way to go to see a possible close by the end of this month. So not something that I will aggressively buy, even factoring the overall market. I would possibly take a watch and wait approach until we see the market also start favoring in a possible reversal in most of the stocks. So as of now, we are seeing a bit of a throwback. We might likely find support between this 860 to 9-ish level, or we might even move below this level. We might have a wick below this level, but what's more important is that we see a close above this 920 level by the end of February. So if we do have that, most likely we might see further upside on LDEV. So by the looks of it, what we have always seen historically is that whenever we broke through this resistance level, we have seen some impulsive moves. So on early 2005, we saw prices move from 9 rupees all the way towards 1540 in roughly 2 months. And then the same thing happened over here, where we saw prices move from again 860 to 920, and we saw it move all the way towards 2350. So remember that this move here was in a bull market. Now I'm not aware what happened between 2004 and 2005, but I know for a fact that between 2009 and 2011 there was a strong bull market in CSC. So we're seeing something very similar here as well, and if the all share price index can start another run, which I believe it can, we might see possibly a similar move like what we saw in 2010 2011 happen this time as well, possibly over the next few months. So definitely something to keep an eye on. I'm glad that people actually requested this, so that means they are keeping an eye on it. It is also very liquid. It trades around well, last month it traded roughly 50 million shares, so it's very liquid for the retailers as well. So definitely something that you should keep an eye on as well, and hopefully we can have a close above this resistance level on February as well. So that's about it on JKH and LDEV. If you have any questions on either of the two, you can let me know in the comment section, or you can obviously tag me on Twitter as well. So and that's about it. I hope that you guys found the video very informative, and also most importantly you guys learned something new from this video as well. So that's about it. Stay safe, take care, and hope to see you guys soon in another video. Thank you guys, and stay safe.